Okay, so the stream should be live in a moment. Let me just quickly share it on the Discord so some other people can join in as well. And let me just adjust the camera a little bit. I think that should be fine. Okay, so without further ado, let me just copy the link to paste on the Discord. Okay, so that's done, and now we can focus on today's project of what we're working on. And I think I want to try to do like a little model of a city. Perhaps we can go into the animator to kind of give you an idea. So let's create a new asset. Let's name it Tiny City. Maybe it could be Tiny Town. That sounds a little better because it has double T in the name. But that doesn't really change much in the end. So let's create a new VXM. This one is gonna be just called base because yeah, it's gonna be our starting model. And then let's load the palette that we will be using. Oops, that's a bit too much. So I think we are using the extended one. That's the one. Okay. And for the base style size, I think we're gonna go with with 2x2 blocks. So that's 64 in each direction. Just to give like a rough idea of how large our base is gonna be. And also that's kind of the area where VoxEdit doesn't lag yet. I guess we could try to go 3x3, just try it out, but I have some doubts that this will work smooth, so let's just try to add some. Yeah, it's already lagging a little bit, so yeah, in that case maybe we can make it 3x2. That could also work perhaps. Let me just quickly try to do some stuff. Well, data updates pretty quickly, so I think 3x2 might be the right might be the right dimension, because we don't want to make it too small, because in that case we're gonna end up with like many nodes, and yeah, that's not really what you want. I mean, you kind of want to optimize for that stuff, so that's why you kind of try to work with the largest thingy that... Oh, that's new. With the largest thingy that doesn't lag yet, so that's gonna be our 3x2 base. And now let's just name the new node. Maybe we could name this floor or whatnot. So floor is now being centered. And now let's see if we extended this outwards a little bit. We can probably, I mean, we can do like 3 of them side by side, and then if we extended it by 2, then we would kind of have a square, which is kind of what we want to do. But first, I mean, these bases are gonna be kind of, I'm gonna try to make them universal. Oops, that's the wrong color. So maybe like a road in between them. Haven't decided really on that yet. Or we could do like, let's use these mirrors. And we also kind of have to decide on the scale, like how large our buildings are gonna be and stuff like that. So I think we can kind of start by making a road. Maybe let's downscale everything a little bit. And let's see if we make it 2 voxel thick, so that's gonna be 4 when we upscale. Let's do that. And I guess we can just export this to the game maker and try it out there to kind of get the feeling of how large that would actually be. And maybe let's just make this into a 6x6 square, just to give us a better idea of the size. So let's duplicate this node, name it F0. Yeah. And then let's nest it to this one, and then move it to minus, how much? 64. Okay, that's plus 64, my bad. And then duplicate it again to F1, and then move it to minus 64 over to the other side, like this. And that's like 1 column done already, and then we can duplicate this to name it F2, and then let's attach it here. Then let's move everything to the right by 96, or minus 96 to be precise. And maybe we can duplicate this again. So let's name it F3, and then move it all the way across onto the other side to plus 96. Okay, so that's gonna be already a pretty large area. Let's save, let's export to the marketplace. It really doesn't matter which thumbnail we use right now, because it's gonna be exported a couple more times. And I need to log in with the correct account in the browser, because apparently, well, I had some issues with my main account, so I had to create a second one for the game jam and stuff. So yeah, just some minor annoyances, which should hopefully be fixed soon. Let me just log in here. I mean, you can't see it because it's on the second screen, but okay, new asset. Let's name it Tiny Town. Continue. So that should hopefully be available in the game maker once we run it. So let's go ahead, Sandbox maker. Let's wait for it to start, and we'll probably also have to log in with the different, yeah, as you can see here, this account is for the game jam, and this one is for the actual Vox edit stuff testing. So let's log in with this one. Okay, let's go to test. And that's basically the experience where we are testing our new stuff. So let's go ahead and search for Tiny Town, which is more of a tiny, just tiny roads. It kind of reminds me of the city skylines, like where you start with the roads and then you add the little buildings and whatnot later on. So let's play. Okay, so that's the size of our thingy. Okay. I guess we could make it even a little larger. Okay, so these roads are a bit too small, if you ask me. So come on, let's quit that, and let's get back to the Vox edit. So we aren't, well, how well, we can't use one template for all, so I guess this can be just like a starting idea. But in that case, I think we should have made this a little bit wider in both directions. So maybe like this. Let's see, how wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 12. I guess. And then if we make like the brighter, these are kind of wide, right? So I guess we're gonna make roads a little bit differently. They'll have to be an odd number of voxels. So I guess if we kind of decide that our car is gonna be, I don't know, 6 voxels wide, in that case we can, or maybe let's make it 5 voxels, so we have 11 voxels across the road. So this can be 4, 6, 8, 10 and 11. So let's make it a little bit narrower, and let's also turn on the mirrors, because that's gonna make our life a little bit harder. Oh, wait a sec, we have mirrored over the wrong axis, so let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this as well. Just one moment. Okay, and then we can make it a little bit narrower on this side as well. So here we have 11 also, so 5, then is the middle line, and then 4, 2, 4, 5, okay. And then here we can have like a little T section, and then we can put some stuff on the side as well. So first I think we might go ahead to make the roads where they're gonna go, and then we can later on decide what we want to put on these roads. So now let's go ahead and maybe let's do the lines. So is this in the middle? I think it is. Okay, so that's gonna be like one segment, and now you can see they're all the same. So maybe let's rename this to floor 0, and we can make a couple of different floors here as well. So maybe duplicate this into floor 1. And this one can be like crossroads, maybe. So let's just extend this over. And then let's extend these lines as well. Cool. So that's another road that we can use. Then let's duplicate this again, and maybe make it floor 2. That's gonna be more of a straight line across the long axis, or the long side, so like this. And then let's get rid of this line here. So that's another one of these base floors, and then we can have the last one that will have it across. So that's gonna be floor 3, and then we can of course make this I mean, we can make different roads later on, but these are like the base 4. So let's go ahead and get rid of the unnecessary pavement, I guess. And then let's cover this as well. And now we can kind of try to make like a little road. So maybe here we can put the intersection, and then here we can have the long line, and then this one, well, actually so that's actually a little bit interesting now, because of the if we rotate them, they aren't gonna align perfectly. So there's a little problem because we don't use lines with 2 thickness on the middle. So what we can do, I guess, is to make this 63. So let's see where the blue one then lands. So this is centered, and then this one should be reduced by 1 as well, so to 95. Yeah, now it's in the middle, so 63 and 95, and I think yeah, now we have this. Ugh. Okay, let's go ahead and fix that. So let's move this to 63. And interesting. Oh, we haven't updated them, all of them. So let's go quickly over them all. 95 and 63. So that's hopefully centered, and then this one as well. 95 and 63. Cool, and then this one as well, 95, then 63. And we haven't changed the pivot point, which can also be a problem later on, actually. Not the greatest fan of all of these, but hopefully it makes sense in the end. So let's move this to 31.5, so that's centered, and then move this to 47.5. So when we rotate them, yeah, or not. Let's not move them by a half. It kind of makes more sense if it's at the full voxel, and I guess we can just readjust that after the rotations. So this is the base one, and now let's move this to 63, then this all together. And here you can see also why it kind of helps to have these nodes nested, because you can move them all in the, I guess here it's in the Y direction, kind of, if you're looking from my perspective, just so you can move them all together. Okay, so we have readjusted that, and I have just realized that we don't have a T section for the shorter side, so let's go ahead and do that as well. So floor 4 is gonna go something like this, and we're mirroring, so let's turn that off. Okay, and let's get rid of this line. Great. So I guess here we could maybe put that one. Then here we can put that one as well. Then here I guess we could rotate it around like so, and here you can see that now it needs to be readjusted a little bit because the pivot point is not strictly at the middle of our object, so we're just doing that. And then here we could maybe use another X like that. Now let's see, maybe we can extend everything a little bit further into this direction. So let's go ahead and create a child node. And maybe we can stick to the naming conventions. You can see here it has a 1 in parentheses, so this one is going to be f2. That apparently we can't make parentheses, so f2 1, I guess, is how that is. Well, wait, I guess something like this. And here we want the straight one, so let's put this to 126. Okay, and here we can just kind of finish it off. So, oh, in that case it's not symmetric anymore. So maybe, you know what, let's change this to the cross one, and then we'll extend it in this direction as well. So let's create a child node. Let's name it f31. And I guess in this case, I think it should have been just complete green, so we don't have that yet. So let's go ahead and do that, floor 5. Okay. And then we have f31, so let's attach this to it and then move it down to -126. Is that? Yep. Okay, so that's aligned. And now basically what we can do is just duplicate this node, name it f. Oh, we already have f2, so f20, I guess, for the first node. So this one will have the short. Oh wait, what? Why is it on that side? Interesting. Oh, we were duplicating this one, right? So we should duplicate this one for the bottom side. Duplicate node f30 and then attach it to the floor. So it's here, and now we can add the floor 3 to it. So we have this nice line going down. Then we can do something similar for the backside. So let's, oh well, let's not create a child node. Let's duplicate it again, and this one is going to be f32. So when we attach it to floor 2, wait, whoops, that's the wrong floor. That's the right floor. Okay. Wait a sec. Yeah, okay. We didn't have anything there yet. So let's make this green as well. And then duplicate this node to f23 and attach it here. And this one is gonna have the, wait, this one is gonna have the floor 3 added to it. And here, if we just kind of count, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, basically 10 blocks across this direction. And then here we have 3, 6, 9. So now it's kind of square, but maybe we can even extend it here a little bit further. So let's close that all and duplicate the main floor. So let's duplicate node, call it F4. Okay, that's still available. And let's nest it all to the floor. Then let's, yeah, that's way too much. Let's delete this node. Let's maybe duplicate F2, right? So duplicate node, name it F4. Pull it all the way back to 190. And now we can just try to kind of finish off some of these lines that we have here. So this is kind of good. And then here, let's use the floor 2. Here we can try to go with the floor 0. And then here we can use the floor 4. I don't know if we had it before, but let's rotate it around so it kind of fits together with the rest of the roads. Okay, so that's basically it for our floors. And now we can maybe even test it in the game maker. But first, let's just try to center everything where it should be. So let me just grab my calculator because this is gonna be some advanced math. So this is, each of these is 95 voxels wide, and we have 4 of them. So we have a total width of 380 voxels. And then here on this side, we have 95 already. And here we have how much offset? So basically 47 as well. So I think if we, let me just try something out. If we move this to 119, might be a little bit too much. Yeah, that's definitely not centered. So we have this whole width, and let me just and then if we subtract 380 divided by 2, I think it should be moved by 48. Let's try it out. So 48. Now let's kind of count from the middle here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks and a little bit into one direction, then 2, 4, 5 and a little bit into this direction. And here it should already be centered. So 2, 4 and a little bit, then 2, 4 and a little bit. So that's hopefully good. We can test that in the game maker. So let's go ahead, export our stuff, and we can get rid of the calculator. Hopefully we won't need it anymore today. So let me just replace the asset. Okay, and let's go to the test, edit. Well, where did my mouse go? Oh, okay, here it is. So now let's play. This hasn't updated yet. Still. That's weird. This should have updated. Let me just grab it here. Well, apparently it didn't. So let me just quickly jump back to Vox Edit. Let me export it again. And hopefully this time it will work as it should. So replace asset. Continue. Okay, hopefully it works now. And okay. And now it's updating. Okay. Now we have the larger one. And here we can just kind of try it out if it's actually centered. So we can place this basically next to it. And then when we rotate it around, it should be straight up next to the edge, as you can see when we rotate it by 180 degrees. So now this line is pointing to the right, and if we undo it, now it's pointing to the left and everything is aligned. So I think that's good on that side. We can still try it on the other. So this is aligned here more or less. Let's see if we move it by a little bit. Let me rotate it. Okay, so this actually isn't completely correct. Let me just undo it. Wait, these controls are a little bit messed up. So as you can see, we have like a couple of voxels, maybe like one or two. So let's go ahead and try to fix that before moving forward. Let's go to Vox Edit, and then let's move this. I have a suspicion it should be at 47. So we save, we export again. Oh, good morning. Hi there. Let's replace our asset that we have been working with today. Let's click a couple of continues just so it hopefully updates. And now let's go to the game maker to see if the pivot point is properly centered right now. So here is our model. And now if we put this fireplace straight up next to it, I don't know if it's updated yet or not, so we will see about that. Let's save. Now if we rotate it, you can see there's like a little gap in between. So if we go to play and then outwards, so it's updated. Okay, now we have a little gap in between. So let's readjust that. Oops. So now it's just straight next to it. And if we rotate it around, oops, you can see now that they are nicely aligned. So that's good news. Definitely good news. So we have our pivot point centered, and we can kind of continue working on our tiny town. And now we basically need to figure out some layout, maybe if there's gonna be like a bridge or something else. Basically, what interesting stuff we can do with our map that's going on here. So maybe we can have like, we can try to figure out where the main part of the city is gonna be, and then we can make like roundabout or something like that. And I think that might as well be this segment. So let's, hi there, Touche, sup. So let's duplicate this into, I guess it's gonna be floor 6, and we're gonna make a little roundabout there. So now let's mirror over the axis, and let's see how we can approach that. First off, let's get rid of this. So let's see, 4, then 4 here as well, so it's kind of rounded. Okay, and then let me just see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then if we go here, kind of 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 2, 3, 4 here. So this is extended by 3 by 3. Yeah, basically that's the idea, like city skylines from voxels. We'll see what we manage to do, but I'm currently optimistic we can do something quite cool and unique. So let's just try to make this a nice round shape here in between, like so. And then let's extend this a little bit by something like this, and then maybe let's just get rid of some of the lines to kind of make it look rounder. Let me see, it's we have a little bit of issues here with this part. Oops. I think this looks a little bit better, at least for the roundabout. And then in the middle we can do like a little fountain or something. So let's just quickly do some stuff here. That's a little bit too big. Maybe let's leave some of the green area like so. And then this can be like a nice watercolor. And here I'm just thinking if we should move perhaps everything 1 voxel outwards, just so we can keep, I mean the inner circle looks kind of smaller than the outer one, so that's basically the reason for this adjustment. And now we can just get rid of the unneeded part in the middle. To kind of leave it like this. Okay, so that's gonna be our roundabout, which is gonna come here. Let's just put this here. So now it kind of looks nicer. And then next to this, we would probably have like like some larger store or something like that. And maybe we can even do I'm just kind of thinking if we can make like a model that would go over here, and then maybe here we can do like a little parking space or something like that. So in that case we would do let's leave a little bit of green on the sides. Oh, and let's not mirror this stuff because we don't need it to. So that's kind of the parking area gonna be, and then if we have this roughly 5 voxels wide, we can have it maybe like 4 voxels for going in, and then maybe 4 somewhere on this side for going out. And then we can even add like a little ramp or something. So that would be maybe like this gray. And then let's make it like so. And then these usually have like a brighter color, so it's like red, white, red, white. I hope this doesn't look too much like those flags at the at the airport that are kind of measuring the wind speed and direction. But now we can even do like a little parking space decoration. So let's see where the cars would actually be parked. 2, 3, 4, something like this. And 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, 5, 5. Then we're kind of left off. Let's make it 4. Just for the sake of it. So 4, 4, and then here let's make it a little bit narrower. Or even, you know what, we could do it like this. I guess this would make a little bit more sense from the overall perspective. So we have like kind of margins here and here. And then the 4, 4, 4, that's good. And then let's do something similar here. So there's gonna be 4 spaces. These are 5 actually, 4. And let's see how long are these. 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7, just so we kind of keep the same idea going. There's 4. And then maybe we can, let's see. So then we would have here a couple, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6, 7. Here, this one is too wide, so like this, and maybe this is the last one because cars still kind of have to come in and out somehow. And then maybe we can do like a little bit here, and then I guess we can have like a little line going on across, just to kind of give some more idea of the direction where we're going. And then let's see if we can oh yeah, I'm afraid I can't help you with that. At least I don't think so. So let's try to make like a little mall or something for this part. It would be kind of difficult to make it on different floors. So I guess we're just gonna use a separate model. So let's name this mall. And let's nest this to this floor. So let's create a child node. Let's name it mall, MANLL. Now let's put the whole thingy to the level where it's supposed to be. And now we can kind of get to the modeling part. But we kind of need to figure out our dimensions. So maybe let's move it across to this area here where it's actually supposed to end up. And now we can maybe put this to 80 at least, even less. I mean, it's gonna be L-shaped, so in that case it's not too horrible. And then maybe we can put this to 48, which is gonna be a little bit too low. Let me just readjust the whole placement, and maybe we can even recolor it into some color that we can kind of better distinguish from the rest of the stuff. So let's see, we can put like a 1 voxel margin on each side from the road, and now we can see how much further we can extend this. So I think we have like 2 voxels of room in the x-axis, and then probably 2 as well here. Okay, so that turns out great. Let me just fill it in, and now we can cut off the parking space part out of it. So maybe we can get rid of this. Okay, so we can now see a little bit better where the parking space is, and we have deleted a little bit too much. Okay, so we can leave here like 1 voxel of room, and then let's do something similar here as well. Okay, so let's turn this back on, and let's just check it out if everything works fine. Okay, and now let's extend this upwards by some voxels. Let's see how tall this is. So 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 16 voxels, that's half a block. I guess that's a pretty good start. And let's see, where do we want to make our entrance? I guess it's gonna be here, kind of, or we can even do, let me just think for a little bit. So this is 2, 4, 6, oops, 7 and 8, and then let's cut out somewhat proportional thingy on the other side, so our pillars are gonna be too thick. And then let's get rid of this and get rid of that. So we're gonna have like a little area under the roof or something similar. Let me just go ahead here and Actually, I think it would be more correct if we did a pillar. Let me just see. So we definitely wanna cut this out as well, at least by a little bit. And then the pillar, I think, should be placed somewhere there. So let's cut this by maybe 4, and then let's put the pillar here. I think that's a pretty good pillar location, if you ask me. So let's just try to finish it all the way down. Okay, and yeah, that's at the floor level. And then maybe we can extend this further inwards by a little bit. And maybe we can do some stuff here as well. Maybe make it 6. And then let's push this inwards like so. Okay. And then for the roof, I guess we can, whoops, that's definitely not what we want to do, but maybe we can cut out some stuff as well. But here, I mean, it's gonna look cool, but we should be careful again that we don't create too many faces. So this is 2, 4, 6 wide, right? Okay, that's 6. That's 5, so let's extend it by 1. And here we might run into an issue that it doesn't nicely finish off. I mean, here you can see it's gonna be 3, then 3 more. Not the biggest fan of that. So let's see if we can somehow fix that. So let's put this here. So this is, oh, this is 5 now. Okay, let's see. Now there is 6, and now this is 4. So let's erase a little bit here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then cover this in, and then let's do it like so. 2, 4, 6. Perfect. Okay, so this turned out well. And now let's see here. So this is 2, 4. Wait a sec. Let me just extend this. Whoa. 3. So there's a line of 1 here. And there's a line of 1 here, so that's good. Let me erase this. And then we can kind of try to continue this whole pattern over to the left. And let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. So 2, 4, 5. And then 3 more. Let's see if that's gonna turn out well. That's 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Okay. So now let's get rid of these thingies. And let's fill this in just so we have it filled. Okay. And now we can kind of start coloring the building. I think the base color can be like this bright gray. And then for these beams, we can make it a little bit darker. Let's use the face fill. There's little part here behind. Come on, let me color it. Okay, and our camera is getting completely messed up. Okay. And actually we can extend everything here by 1 backwards, I have just realized. Okay, now let's see if we can put this to here. This, and then this pillar here. And then maybe we can just make it extend like a little bit backwards, just so it doesn't kind of randomly just cut off. So 2 thickness here. And then for the pillars on this side, I think we can just extend where these roof thingies end up, and we can just extend them further down, like so. Here, 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 and here. Let's put this as well. Great, and I think we can make this even a little bit darker. Like so, so it kind of stands out a little bit more. And you can see that these aren't connected to it, so let's quickly fill that in as well. And then for the bottom part, we can do like some gray thingy, and maybe here are gonna be the door. So let's get rid of this, so we can have some more space for the door. And then let's do this like the bottom outline, like there's just some well, we don't really know. It's too low resolution to actually tell whether it's iron or just gray bricks or something third, completely different. And I think I kind of like these vertical columns or pillars, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and make them all the way around to make this kind of the main theme of this mall, that it has these pillars. And on the places where there are no pillars, we're probably gonna make like these large windows to I mean, I'm not an architect, so I can't really say why many malls have them, but I can just acknowledge that they are there and maybe try to incorporate them into our little creation here as well. So for the window color, I think we can either go with this blue or with this one. This blue is already in the pond, I think. Let me check. Kind of, but it's kind of darker there also. And I think we can make this line too thick as well. I mean 2 voxels thick. So let's go here and let's just be careful we don't draw over our pillars. Let's see, do we have any other blues? We have this one. I kind of like this one actually. Let's compare it to... I think this one looks kind of best. So we got that done. And then with the brightest tone we can make like some reflections in the windows. Just something simple. 2, 4. Maybe we can make one here. Make them space out by 3. So there's that. And I think we can more or less just mirror that over to all the other windows. So this one is here. Okay. Then like so. Then this one is going to be a little bit harder to reach because it's hidden in the corner, but nonetheless. Oh, and we don't actually have, let me just check how this turns out. I think we should color, let me see, let's color this in like so. Okay. And then let's move this over here. So these windows are apparently a little bit more narrow, as you can see. We can't make as much stuff. I mean, yeah, it's obvious. You can see it from the top here. That these windows are gonna be a little bit more narrow compared to the ones on this side. So there's that, and now let's see what kind of door we want to make. And first let's just save so we don't lose our stuff in case something crashes. And then maybe for the door height we can go with something like this, and then let's just make a little frame around them, and then we can have like a sign of the store above them, something like this. And then let's see, we can try to make it look like organic and stuff with the green and white. And then there's not really gonna be anything specific written down because you can't really write with only 2 voxel height, but still. And I think we should just move everything upwards by 1 block, or 1 voxel to be exact. So let's save. And this isn't even centered, right? Oh, we need the second line. Now it's better. And for the door, we can make like a little darker line on the top to make them look a little bit indented. And then maybe, let me just try what it looks if we make like a brighter line on bottom. I don't think it looks as nice as if we had done these diagonals. And then here we can do it like so, just so it kind of nicely transitions into that part. And I think we can also, let's not start from the bottom left corner like the rest. Let's start a little bit higher, so we can go like this, and then we have it like so actually. So we have a little bit different reflection style than the rest of these windows. So that's basically for the start. Let's go ahead and maybe check it out, what it looks like in the game maker, to see if there are any adjustments needed or whatnot. And just to get the kind of feeling if everything kind of fits together size-wise and whatnot. So let me just quickly replace the asset. And let's go into the game maker. Let's see if it's gonna automatically update it. It has, that's good. And here we have our little mall. I think that looks that looks about right. And of course we can add some more details to it. Let's just save this. Okay. And then let's go here. As you can see, it actually kind of needs, I think that's we're gonna do that on the floor level actually. It needs like some pavement or sidewalk or whatever, just so it I mean, you rarely see grass next to the shop where you're walking. I mean, people are gonna be pushing their shopping carts and whatnot, and I don't think that the grass is like the ideal surface for that. So I would imagine that's the reason why most of the shops don't have the grass in front. I don't know. I mean, I could be completely missing the point, and there might be another reason, but unfortunately I'm not aware of it right now. So there's that, and now let's see if we can keep kind of the same spacing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and now let's do it to, I think one is gonna go here. Then from the other side, 4, 4, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, well, it is what it is. And then let's do the pillar for this corner. And you know what? We can do like a little reflection on top of this, just to give it some more depth. And that's kind of useful if you think of that stuff before you make the pillars, because you can see here we can really quickly draw the line, but here we can kind of need to space it out, because we don't really want to draw over these pillars that we have already drawn. So there's that, and actually we can do something similar on the top, but with a darker shade, just to give these windows some like illusion of them being a little bit indented, even though they're at the same flat surface as the rest of the thingy. And then wait, did we pick? Oh, come on. Let me pick this color. And then let's do something similar for the top. So we make one line going all the way across. And then we'll have a darker line underneath it to add some 3D-ness to our shopping mall. Then we put this here, and then this line across, and then I think this one is the final one, and now we can move back to making our columns or pillars or support thingies. And here I kind of don't think we can't really achieve much. 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. I mean, we can do it, right? And now let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 8. Then there's 2. Then from the other side, 8, there's 2. And I'm just double checking if I'm counting right, because you never know when you leave a voxel. Then here, this one is 6. I think if we extend it, I mean, if we make this, if we move those outwards by 1, we'll have 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, and I think that's gonna look better than the narrow one in the middle. It kind of sticks out. And then for the white side, let's see. I guess we can, yeah, we could have used the mirrors before, at least for this side, to make. But it's good that we have remembered here. This one is gonna take the longest, so we actually save the most as well by using the mirrors. So here we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, again, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then perfectly at the middle it finishes up. Great, so now let's color all these windows. Oh, wait a second. Okay. And now let's head on to the reflections. And I think this is actually a really nice detail that we could incorporate on the other windows as well. Just so, I mean, you're kind of fighting the flatness. So we're kind of trying to use the colors to make everything a little bit more 3D and stuff. Oh, and oh no, we have mirrored some stuff unintentionally onto this side. So let me quickly fix that. And now this, and then this. Okay. And then here we can do this little trick where we color this part one shade brighter, just so we kind of continue this pattern all the way to the top. Oops, that's a misclick. Okay, and then let's do these reflections for the other sides as well. So 3. Then here. And let's not forget about the darker line. So let's do that. And in this case, we have a little bit of a dilemma what we do with this one. I usually just put it like this, but that's kind of up to the artist. Okay, and for those that are 8 wide, I think we can just simply go with the... actually, you know what? Let's just first do these lines. Just so we don't have to do them later. Okay, now we can turn on the mirroring, and hopefully this time we don't forget to turn it off. Just so we don't end up with some funky looking stuff. Okay. And now here. Let's go ahead and do this, and then see how wide are these? 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, okay. So it's going like this, and then let's fix these 2 little details. Okay. Oh, and this one is a little bit more narrow. So we'll see what we want to do with that one, actually. Okay. And then for this one, I think we can start making it a little bit. Well, okay, it just it just turns out well. So now let's continue on to this side. Okay, let's not miss that one. And I'm kind of sure I'm gonna miss it somewhere, but I'm just hoping it doesn't occur too often. Okay, and basically we can do this for all of them, and then just later on we can, I mean, on the right side is actual is the place where the difference is being made. So like this, and then here like this, and then okay, and now let's do this, and this. And now for the annoying task on the back side, here we can't actually mirror the stuff because the reflections would look weird. So now our our mirrors can't help us. So let's just go ahead and do that. Okay. And just a little bit more. As you can see, we are nearing the finish line for our mall windows. There's not much more that we have to do, and then we can do a little bit of details for the roof, and then that's more or less gonna be it for the mall. I mean, we kind of need to move on to some other buildings soon. And of course we aren't gonna be able to finish this whole thing today. So yeah. Hopefully, but hopefully I manage to finish it soon. I mean, nobody likes procrastinators, right? A part of themselves. I mean, so for the roof, I don't really think we need to. I mean, one option would be to make it like a glass roof, but that would be a little bit of an overkill in my opinion. So let's maybe make just like an outline. Then maybe we can add a couple of blocky thingies at the top, like again, I'm not really sure what they are used for. You just kind of see some air vents or some stuff going out. So this is gonna be 6x4 and maybe 2 voxels tall. And maybe let's extend this even a bit further. And we can do some stuff with the colors again. So let's try to make like a couple of darker squares here, and that doesn't. We should have started from the other side actually. So this looks better. Okay, because it's easier to extend it into the left side than onto the right side. So maybe just something like this, and maybe we can add a couple of brighter dots here just to make all of these appear a little bit more round and whatnot. Something like this. And then maybe we can add like a couple of just brighter or darker voxel, just to kind of give you the idea it's not like a perfect roof, and that it might be, I don't know, from some, I don't know, there might be like stones or pebbles on it or something else, but it also kind of reduces the flatness. And while we're at that, we can maybe try to do something a little bit with these beams here, just to give them some depth as well. Something like this. And on this side as well. Let's do it like so, and then, well, maybe, yeah, that's just some personal preferences, but let's just do it here as well, just because we can, just so everything looks as nice as possible. And then let's extend this inwards like so. Okay, so that's also, let's not forget to trim the volume, and we haven't make a digital. Yeah, that's a great idea actually. It could be, there could be a billboard on top. Where should it face? Maybe this direction. That's actually a great idea. Let me just extend this back upwards a little bit. So let's put it to 26. Let's see where do we want to put our billboard. And I think in this case we can make it a little bit 3, 4 indented, because the legs aren't strictly at the edge. You'll quickly see what I mean. 3, 4 like this, and then there's the bottom part of the billboard, and then it kind of extends outwards a little bit, so to 4 maybe, and then 3, 4 like so. And I guess we can go with like a similar color that we had here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's the top. Let's make it 1 taller, or 2. Actually, let's just fill this in so we can have like a better idea of the size of this thing, and maybe we can make it 1 narrower like so, and then let's put this to 28. Something like this. It does kind of look big compared to the rest of the stuff. Let me just zoom out, but I guess the billboards are supposed to be big, right? So let's see, can we write something in it? maybe mol A, then L, and another L. And we can make this even smaller actually. It doesn't really need to be that large. So basically we can make it one narrower as well. And now let's move everything one voxel to the right. Let's save because VoxEdit likes to... Wait, what? I'm just trying to pick a Okay, apparently VoxEdit has crashed. So let me just quickly relaunch that thing. And when I wanted to pick the color, it actually asked me to close. So that's definitely something new. Let's see how much has been saved. Okay, everything has been saved. At least that's good. Apparently my VoxEdit also crashes on occasion. Oops. Okay. So now we have the width done, and let's see. We can make it a little bit shorter as well. Maybe 2 voxels. So M. And then we can have an A here. I think I prefer this one over this one. It looks more cartoonish and whatnot. So mol, and now we can get rid of this, and then fill this in. And we have a little sign. That was a great idea, Abar. Thanks for pointing it out. It makes the whole roof make much more sense. So let's color this in, and then for the legs we can make them even one shade darker. And now let's trim the volume. And now for the second thing that I have mentioned before would be to add... Ooh, and there's another cool thing that I have just realized. So this is gonna get a little messy, I think. So for floor 0, I think we'll need to make it a unique floor, just because we're gonna make some more pavements and stuff on it. So it will actually have to be unique. So let's call it floor 0, 0. I guess that works. So let's put it here. And now you can kind of see where the building ends. So let's try to do like a little sidewalk, maybe 4 wide, just next to it. And then this, it can end up on a darker edge. Let's make it a little darker. Wait, even more, a little darker. Okay. And then on that side it transitions to some other place. So we'll need to... This is gonna get a little hectic, but I think we can manage it. And after we are done with these details around the mall, I think we're gonna move on to the game maker for a bit, and then we'll call it a day for today. Because I have lectures in about an hour. So we just add some textures to it. And now what I was thinking before would be to like extend this parking space a little bit into this area as well. So let me just quickly check what the... oh yeah, it's actually the same one as the road. And this darker line is, yeah, the same one as the road, okay. I'm just... okay, so we need this. And now let's extend the parking space up to here. And then let's extend the lines to here. Like so. I hope they're aligned. And there's apparently a little bit of space in between, so let's fix that. Like so. And then here on this side we just need 5, so this is actually extra. So let's just get rid of that. And now we have some more space to kind of reorganize our cars here. And as you can see, this looks much better. Let me just extend these parking spaces all the way across. So 4, then 2, 3, 4. Oh, I guess that's enough. We can make this green, or so let's count 4 again, and then this part is gonna be green, right? So like that. And now on this side, let's extend this outwards. So 4 here. 2, 3, 4, wait, what? Oh, we haven't extended this. So 3, 4 to here, and I think we can just make it like so. So here's a couple of cars here. And for this part here in the middle, still kind of trying to figure out. So if we move the ramp more to this side, I think we could do some interesting stuff here in the middle. So let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this as well. And now let's just fill this in. And basically if we start to make parking spaces on this side, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, something like this. Then 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, like so. Then make them onto the other side as well. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6, one more. These don't look symmetric. Okay, because it's 6 on that side. So let's do it like so. And here, okay. I mean, we have enough room for the ramp here. That's what I was kind of trying to figure out. And then let's move this to here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? Let's move everything a little bit more over to here. I mean, it's not ideal to go into the lane right before the roundabout, but yeah, what can you do? So there's this, and then maybe trying to kind of think how we can make this whole place a bit more interesting. Maybe we can make a couple of these lines like they're starting to fade out. And maybe we can do, but I don't think I want to do like grainy details on the parking lot. And then let's just add this for the, I mean, there still needs to be the road for the cars. So there's that, and maybe we can make a happy little tree here in the corner. So let's try to figure out what our trunk color is gonna be. And I think that making the 2x2 trunk might be a little bit too thick. So let's try to put it here. And now I think these are pretty good for the tree colors. I mean, this is the same color, right, as the grass. So for the tree we can do like a really simple tree, because we don't wanna waste too many faces on such little decorations. So let's add a darker block or voxel here for a little bit of shade, and then yeah, let's reset our view, and then let's add, oh no, that's gonna be a really difficult place to reach, or we can use a different tool, you know. We can use this tool to kind of actually let's do this, and then we can use the brighter shade here in the top corners to kind of make it look a bit rounded, even though there's quite a lot of contrast in between them. Maybe we can try to use some different green. I mean, these don't these look more more similar. And maybe we can add another tree here. So just out of curiosity, let's see how many faces this one makes. So 4 here, and then another one at the bottom, so that's 5, and then 4 on the side. So this is 6 and 4, so 10 faces. I think that's not too horrible, and I don't think there's really a way to make a tree with less than 10 faces, so there's that also. There's another tree, and I guess it could be a little bit faster if the tree was a separate model that we would place on the board, but in that case we would end up with like a lot of nodes, which is kind of what we don't want to end up with. Okay, so for today we have managed to make this small. Okay, you can kind of see how the light is coming through these beams, and it's making a shadow here. But oh, and we still need to make this pavement actually. I was getting ahead of myself a little bit there. So this one is gonna be, I guess, floor 40. So let's duplicate this. Floor 40. That is gonna be attached there. And now let's see the shades that we have used here. So this one is a second, okay. So let's move to our floor 4.0. Well, just 40. It's actually floor 40, not 4.0. We don't have a dot in between. So here, let's see how we can kind of do it like so. Then let's extend this, and then just a couple of grains here and there, like so. So that's great. And maybe we could even add like a little path to the parking lot. So this is 4 wide, and then let's extend this, and let's maybe make a nice little, whoop, that's the, we want to color it, not not make a voxel out of it. So on this side we're still, let's see, can we see, okay, here it comes. So let's use, oh, actually it's a little bit of difference in these two. Okay, so here comes our pavement to the parking lot, and then we just need to finish the corner part on the, oh, this is another floor 4, so I guess we're gonna make a floor 41, so floor 41. Let's put this one here. And then this one is gonna have just like this little corner. Let's see if we can grab it. Okay. And then the brighter shade. No, we don't really need the ghost anymore because the mall will be covering the rest. Like this. And then just a grain or two here as well. So maybe this. And then like so. Let's see if everything looks as it should have. So that's good. And I'm just thinking whether one, we should have made another entrance to the parking lot from this side maybe, but I don't really think that's necessary. So we have 300 faces. That's, well, we'll see how good that is. We have still quite some space to fill in. And now that we have been kind of talking a little bit about the rest of the stuff, let me just try to figure out if we can add like some little bushes and whatnot. So let's see. We have been using this green, right, for the trees, so maybe try to use it for this as well. So let's do it here and then here as well. Like this, I guess. And then go for the darker shade to make this bottom part. Then we can make a couple of them even darker. And then a couple of at the top we can make a little brighter. Just to make some kind of a leafy texture. I mean, we're trying our best with this low poly stuff that we have going on. So I think that that also looks kind of nice, that there's a little bit more green here. So now let's go ahead and check our progress in the game maker. Let me just quickly export this to the marketplace, and let me also take a sip of water because I'm getting kind of thirsty. Okay, so let me just replace the asset in the marketplace. I mean, you can't see it yet because it's not yet published, of course, but I should hopefully be able to use it in the game maker. So when we go back into the test, we can see, oh, there everything is updated actually. There's our little hedge and our little trees and our little sign. It looks kind of cute. And also, yeah, we should have covered the back of the sign, but other than that, I am pretty happy with how that turned out, and I'm looking forward to what else we managed to put on this little map here. So let me just save. Okay. Yes, sure. So before we finish up, I have just seen this little detail that we didn't fill this in with gray or whatever boring color we should have at the back. Maybe we can add a couple of lines just because. So there's that. Or actually, we could try to do something like this. Okay. So that's for the Vox edit part. And I guess we still have like a good half an hour to work on our game jam submission. So let me quickly close that. I need to log into another account in the game maker, and we can work a little bit on that as well. So let's wait for the game maker to restart so we can log into our second account. Okay. Okay, hopefully the password is correct. Apparently it is, so that's good. And here is the glitch 0 experience. Let's wait for it to load. Okay. And basically what we are gonna be working on today is gonna be like the final boss room. I mean, I don't know if there's gonna be an actual boss, but the final room basically. So let's move the spawn point a little bit upwards, just so we don't spawn in the ground. And now we can just save. And wait for it. Okay, so now we should be able to spawn in the throne room, if you get what I mean. So one idea I had would be to kind of start when you get in the room, the toilet is kind of closed, like this plank. The desk, I guess it's toilet desk. The cover would be basically closed, and then after you complete the level, it would open up, and then you could go over here there's a ladder, so you can climb up on top, and then you would basically jump into the toilet, and that would be it for the well, then the level would kind of finish. So I have been experimenting a little bit with the void and something like that behavior, so let's just go ahead and try to experiment some more. So I think there is a multi which creates the cubes, and then there is a void which deletes them. So I think if we use multi, and then we are using, let's see, which blocks are we using for our toilet cover? Gray block, shiny? No, I think this is snow. I'm pretty sure this, oh, here's permafrost. So this will create, I think, a 3x3 cube. So basically one in each direction. So let's see. Okay. And the permafrost is actually not the correct block. So let's quickly change that. Let's see. Snow. I think it's snow. I'm pretty sure it's snow. So at the start, also I think we can have a couple of toggle behavior. So let me just activation mode on receive message. Message required trigger, sure. I hope we don't have any global triggers, but we'll quickly see if there is some message broadcaster that is triggering this. Okay, apparently there is. So let's, but the blocks are correct. So let's change this to some other, let's use spawn blocks. Let's add the message. And I am not too sure if there is like some list of the where you can edit all of these messages, because I mean there's quite a lot of them and I don't really think we're using all of them, so it would be kind of neat if you could manage that a little bit better. So this is waiting for spawn blocks, and now we can add like this little lever that is gonna work as a button, which will send spawn blocks. Let me just find spawn blocks. And the broadcast range, can we see that? Let's edit logic. Why is there no broadcast range shown? It doesn't need an indicator component, but duration, I guess that's less than 30 blocks. So now it's not spawning anything, and if we use it, okay, and if we use it again, it does nothing. So there's that, and let me just quickly, so you just have the activation. So what happens if we do it on start, but we add a toggle behavior component to it? That would be toggled by spawn blocks. Okay. So let's see if in this case the spawned blocks would be removed once we turn off the behavior. So let's press play. Oh, there's, okay, so when we're toggling it, nothing really happens. So perhaps we should have started in the false state. So nothing is spawned right now. Okay, it takes a little bit of delay. But you can't really turn it off. So let me try to do something a little bit different. So we're gonna have one block spawner basically. That's gonna spawn them. Oh, and they need to be kind of in the same area, right? Let's see. Okay, so we have one spawner that spawns the cube around it. And then we're gonna put a fire, just because I don't know, fire melts ice or something. So this would hopefully destroy a couple of them. So let's add behavior void to it. So this should delete the blocks in this area. And it basically destroys all of them. Blocks destruction, don't destroy, destroy all except from list, only destroy from list. Do we have a list somewhere? Okay, so we have a block list and asset list, what it's gonna be deleting. So that's kind of good. I guess we can add our snow here, and let's make the Y maybe 3, just so we can kind of test it's not deleting this stuff underneath. And then this should be on receive message, which is gonna be destroy blocks with a K. So let's add that. So we have destroy blocks, which triggers the void behavior, and we have spawn blocks, and that doesn't work, so we can just wait for message to spawn blocks. Okay, and now let's name this one spawn lever. Okay, and then let's name the second one void lever. I'm not sure if we can see that, but and then this is gonna be wait, which are we looking for? Move, no. Kill, no. Destroy blocks. Okay. Oh, and here we can see the range actually. So let me just save quickly. We get into the game, so nothing is here. First, let's maybe we can try to first destroy some blocks, and yeah, that worked too well. I think we still need to figure out some stuff. Okay, so now we have this spawned, and then if we pull this lever, come on. Okay, so it doesn't work multiple times apparently. So we need to do it sequentially. So first this, and then, oh, it's excluding them. We should have inverted the destroy only from the list. Yes, that's what we wanted. So let's try to first do this. Nothing happens, which is good. Okay, so now we have a spawner and the void, and let's see, can we run through this? Oh, we got kind of killed. So if I get stuck in here, I die. Okay. That's an interesting mechanic, not exactly what I was going for. And maybe visible, yeah. Maybe we can try to toggle some behavior here. So I don't know, what should we call it? Toggle spawn, I guess. Could be it. And then the initial state, how is it working? So the asset behavior is on if it's true. Okay, so let's put it to false. And then let's put in another lever. And this one is gonna be toggle void lever. And then this one is gonna be sending some kind of a toggle spawn, I think, something like that. There's like a lot of toggle spawn, like a lot of messages that can be sent. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to figure this out. So the first one is the ice. Okay, now it's working as intended. Now if we flip this one, nothing really happens. But if we do this, I'm just not too sure if I'm actually activating this. So this isn't deleting anything. Okay, now it's deleting. And if we flip that back, it's no longer deleting. And now it's deleting again. Okay. Okay, so let me just think a little bit about that. So basically we would need two void and multi for spawning here, and then another one for spawning this top part. At least I'm pretty sure about that. So in that case, I think I would have to move this to the center. And also let's make it have no collisions. Just so we don't... Also, is this not centered? What the heck? Why is the spawn area not in the middle? Oh, that's odd. Can we... Yeah, we can't edit it anymore. So if we do x2, oops, and z2, that's weird. This isn't centered right, if you ask me. Wait, what? I mean, here it might be just our perspective. I'm not too sure. But in any case, this is a little bit too large. So maybe we can use a carpet instead. Let's see how it works with the carpet. Our trusty carpets. Let's close this. Yeah, it has some centering issues. But if we add behavior as a multi, it's offset again. Ugh. So I guess we need to... Oh, and it works only by full blocks. So we actually need to change our toilet design. I didn't actually think we would have to do that, but I guess it needs to be an odd number. So before we play with that, let's fix our toilet size. So let's get rid of this search term, and then let's find our blocks that we need for our endeavor. So a metal block, I think, is the base. Then I'm just trying to remember which are which. So I don't think we're actually using this one anywhere, or this one might be the part around. So what we actually need is this publish one. So tiled metal block. Okay, is that it? Let's see if this one is actually correct. Nope. We still need the white one. And do we have snow? Where's the white block? Shiny white block. I think that's just the white block. Let's put it here. Yep. Okay. So basically we need to make this 3x3, and that kind of messes up the whole thing because we were trying to make it symmetric, but whatever. We're gonna just make it a little bit bigger. So let's get rid of this, and now let's make it like so. So there's our mighty toilet, and now we need to make this a little bit bigger. And we also need to kind of move the door a little bit so they're kind of in the middle. I mean, it would still work this way, but I doubt any player with yeah, I just don't think it's a good design to keep it asymmetric. So let's move the door by half a block to the right. That might be it. And now we actually so we can just kind of block it in with this stuff. We can we can change that later. So we just want to have it like centered in the middle. Oh no, what's going on? Okay, and then we need the snow to, that's not the snow. Is this the snow? This is the snow, yes. Okay. So that's kind of what it's gonna look like. And then let's also move this tower over to the right by one block. Oh no. What's going what have we done? Okay, and now this here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now let's get rid of these details, which we're gonna soon add back, but oh, come on. Okay, now it's working as I want it to. Now this is done. Is it though? Is it all? It's not all the way to the top. Annoying little detail. Okay, now that's done. Let's, come on. Oh, come on. Oh my god. What am I doing? Okay, let's extend this upwards, and then let's make this little teeth at the top. So that's good. Okay, we're making it better. And then maybe this thingy can be like a little bit rounded. Okay, so now that we have our dimensions finally correct, we can try to make our carpet. Well, we could use anything, but let's go ahead with the carpet since we have used it before. So it's gonna have no collisions, so the player can jump through it. And then the behavior is gonna be multi. It's gonna go 2 and 2 in this direction. And I think if we put 0 here, can we put 0 in here? No? Seriously? Is this the... Oh no. So, let's see, snow. And I mean, this is gonna be a really thick... Can I make it negative? Nope. Okay, so that's unexpected and a little bit unfortunate. Let me just try to figure out what else we could do. I guess another thing would be if we found another platform or something like that. But in that we would have to... Yeah, we can't even search by that. I mean, let's go to the... Just a sec. Oh, come on, Chrome or Brave. Keeps asking me for my location. I'm not giving you my location, dude. So let me log in with the Demoton. So if we find something that interests us, we can add it directly into the game. So I can pull this over so you can kind of see what I'm looking at. So let's go to the market and maybe let's try to find some let's see, basic platforms. If anything kind of looks like something we could use as a toilet seat cover. And there's some cool cars actually. Destroy car. I actually really like this one. So platform droid could be one. I have no idea how large these are actually. So we'll see about that. And we have also remade our toilet for no good reason actually. So these moving platforms are mostly vehicles actually. Interestingly enough. Let's see, we got 3 more pages to go. This one might work if it's large enough. I mean, we can combine multiple of those together as well. So there's also that for an option. Space platform. Big ice flow. Yeah, basically that's all that we could use. So I don't know if it automatically refreshes this stuff, so let me just quickly get out, and I don't know how much we have saved actually, so we'll see. What stuff we need to do. Okay, so we are back with our 2 levers and the toilet. So let's see, which have we added? Platform. Okay, we have a couple of platforms now. Let's see how big this one is. Okay, this one is actually perfect dimensions, and this one also. So this one has a couple of animations. We don't really need that. And I think this one kind of looks a little bit better with the theme. So let's see if we can do anything with this. So let's center it over the toilet like this. So this is basically perfect. And now let's try to use the door. I think it has an option to rotate around the hinge. Starting state. I think one of them has an option to rotate around the hinge. Oh, rotate around pivot. But its pivot is at the middle, right? So let's see what happens if it gets triggered by spawn blocks. I think that's still at this one. Yeah, it sends the spawn blocks and it should be in range. So starting state is closed. Message on open none, message on close none. Sure, so let's try to see what happens if we do that, and let's just save before. And if that doesn't work, I mean the next solution would be just to move it upwards. So let's press play. Now this is closed, and then so it just flips, right? So that's not what we wanted. I guess we should move it then back to the being oh come on, where are you? Basic platform. Am I blind? Okay, here it is. So it's not gonna move in X direction, it's gonna move in Y by, I don't know, 12. That's a lot. By 7. That's a little bit too low. By 10 maybe. Sure, and then it's gonna have 0 wait duration, and then it can move like a little bit slowly. Just so. Look at the destination. Nope. But let's add a component, a toggle behavior, and then a toggle message is gonna be toggle toilet TOILET COVR. Okay. So let's add that, and the initial state should be false. And then we can just test that real quickly by changing this to toggle something, toggle toilet cover. And we can get rid of these two. They aren't really useful to us anymore. Okay. So we have everything saved. Now let's press play. Now the toilet seat is covered. And then we can open it, and it kind of moves down. So we need to have something at its final destination that kind of makes it stop. So let's move this upwards a little bit more, and then let's change the behavior to asker. No, we actually need to change the behavior to message broadcast. We really don't have any components, and we need a speaker component. That's what we wanted. Then we have detect entity with tags. Wait, where are the tags? Okay, toilet cover. So there is a tag, and now this hopefully detects the tag toilet cover, and in that case, when it detects an entity, it should send out a message to toggle it back. And then we don't really need this delay. I mean, it's for something else. Okay, let's wait for it to save. Let's press play, and now if we activate it here, it doesn't get recognized at all. So maybe we should move this downwards a little bit. And oh, it doesn't. Yeah, it should display some text when it detects the that's interesting. Maybe we should have added some time for it to wait duration, maybe 2 seconds. And then I guess we can get rid of this just so it doesn't confuse us. And then detects entity, and then it should say hello. Let's move it downwards just to kind of see if it detects it here. Like this. Okay, and it's not saying anything right now. And it's not doing anything. Let me just try to put it like halfway there, and if that doesn't work as well, we'll just leave it as it is, and we'll try to figure out something else next time. So now this has been saved. Now let's activate this, and I can't really see it displaying any text, so the only option left would be, so here it has a space in between. Oh, and this one doesn't. Oh my god. Okay, let's try it now. Okay, so now it's detect. Wait, what? And maybe we can send something like send only once. Is that an option? Look at player. Contact entity. Okay, so this now it might be working too well, actually. So now let's try to move it somehow so it barely toggles the okay. So is that the max height that we're trying to reach? Nope. So let's move everything a little bit upwards, and I think that's gonna be roughly what we wanna do here. So this moves upwards, then just stops, and now we can climb here. Let me climb. And we can jump into the toilet. Yay! So we have kind of figured out how to do it, and we can polish that on a later episode. But I think we're gonna just call it a day right now. Let me just quickly save this, and while this is saving, I just want to wish everybody who's still watching a really nice day, evening, afternoon, morning, night, or whatever time might be. And hopefully we see each other next time. So bye bye.